Alrighty, so the live stream is over. We've got all the information, and can I just say, yeah, there is a lot happening. This is ridiculous. I'm just gonna say, Netmarble, congratulations, you have cooked. You have genuinely cooked. So when it comes to the new Halloween weapon for Sun Jin Woo, it is going to be wind typing, as you guys can see. So when it comes to what this weapon is doing, it's a free weapon, by the way. It's just like how they did the summer event with the summer weapons, right? This is 100% free. We can A5 it. Happy days. When Peekaboo is used, which is a skill, it applies 1 to 10 instances of Pumpkin Candy effect. When the first hit of the basic attack lands, it applies 2 instances of Pumpkin Candy. When 10 instances of Pumpkin Candy effect is reached, it applies the Trick or Treat effect. So Pumpkin Candy increases wind element damage by a certain percent, and that is stackable up to 10 times. And then once we do that, it then turns into Trick or Treat, so it removes all the Pumpkin Candy stacks and increases the user's wind element damage. So that could be, I mean, I want to say that could very well set up quite nicely with some wind damages, like the daggers and west wind potentially, maybe. So when it comes to duping out, when the user uses Peekaboo, it has a chance of activating their core attack. When the core attack hits, it applies 2 instances of Pumpkin Candy, so making it so that you can get to 10 a lot quicker. Increases wind element damage by, I would say 10% is probably what they're going to hit the margin at, or 15%. A3, when the user uses Peekaboo, it applies 3 instances of Pumpkin Candy effect. The Trick or Treat effect is enhanced to increase wind element damage. Element damage and damage dealt. Oh wait, what? Increases wind element damage and damage dealt. Oh, okay. Decrease the cooldown, and then A5, when the user uses Peekaboo, there is a 100% chance it will activate the core attack. When the basic attack lands as the final hit, it decreases the cooldown of Peekaboo by 2 seconds. When the user uses core attack lands, it decreases the cooldown of Peekaboo by 2 seconds, basically, so that you can have the consistency of that wind element damage increase. Honestly, not too bad of a weapon. You know, it's fairly okay-ish. I would say it's pretty mid. Nice little support for the wind element as an overall haul, so that is not too shabby on that one. Okay, and then we got a little bit of gameplay, which again was already shown on the Korean site, but just to kind of look at it. I mean, it's got some range to it. I thought it was going to have fairly more range, to be honest, but yeah, not too bad. That's the skill. Kind of explodes, and then it's just us catering to the wind element damage. To be fair, not too bad of a free-to-play weapon to help us out against Baran, so that's a fairly big W. Either that, or it would have had to been dark. So yeah, not too. Well, then again, did we? No, we had a free fire weapon, a free water weapon, a free light weapon. We've got a free wind weapon. So all we're missing is technically a free dark weapon. Curious on what that's going to be. But yeah, just a brief little look at the new pumpkin weapon for Sun Jin Woo. Kaizo is in the building as the next shadow. I feel like the majority of us do have a lot of essence saved up, so yeah. Anyway, so the ultimate stat, or the increase that we get, caps at 8%. Kind of expected that. So it's kind of in the same position of how we look at Serbi, to where the authority passive is kind of like, meh, it's not that big of a jump. But it's the addition that we get. So obviously with Serbi and why Serbi's a nice little addition, shadow, rather than as the main authority, is the combustion. Obviously with Kaizo we get movement speed increase, so that could be worth at the very least unlocking just for that. I think you might have to upgrade or awaken Kaizo 2 times, but by then I think a lot of us should have a decent amount of shadow if you have been saving it up. So to prepare for Beru, which is in December, you should have more than enough. So yeah, it might be wise to actually just make good use of getting the movement speed to help you out. That in certain cases, especially with time attack missions, might help you out a lot, to be fair. Alright, so we got a little bit of a Halloween trailer, which I'll quickly play out, of course. So again, the pumpkin weapon, which we've just looked at, a nice little wind support going on. Obviously with the Halloween event, there's going to be mini games, there's going to be stories, and there will be a boss, and through that we are going to be we'll be able to obtain the free weapon, Min's free skin, and a lot of resources and essence, of course. These are the 3 new... Wait, hold on a minute. Login... Oh, to get the... Oh my god, I thought they were going to make Soyun's costume for free, but... Yeah, so obviously this is Isla's alternative costume that you can purchase, which is the Halloween spooky costume. Not too bad on that one. I'll kind of quick up the pace a little bit. Let me go back a bit, actually. So... Unfortunately, the Succubus Soon is not a free costume, so we're going to have to pay for that one. again, expected. I mentioned it beforehand. The 3 chroma skins, I'm not a big fan of that one, to be fair. I was leaning towards the red one, not gonna lie. But then after seeing the purple version, I'm just like, Loki, you have to go for that. That is so fitting for the character and just for the theme of the dark element. But I'm split between the purple or the red. I'm probably going to lean towards the purple, if I'm being completely honest. So that is what I'm going to be doing, of course. Min is in the building. I'm not going to lie. Min with the vampire costume, they smashed it. I was going to go for the white one, but I think I'm defo going to pick up the dark looking one. It's going to be hard because I low-key do like the white, but the black and blue, that's a vibe. That is honestly a vibe that I kind of like. So there's that. And then we got Soyun, aka the Succubus, of course. So yeah, I see what you're doing, developers. I see what you're doing. So yep, as expected. I feel like this one's going to be picked up probably the most out of her and Isla, if I'm being completely honest. Fair play to the developers, they knew exactly what they were doing. Now, oh, also, yeah, so when it comes to these new candy sticks, increase the user's attack by 4% and increases the user's critical hit damage by 4%. So make sure that you're grabbing your candy sticks as per usual. The only change between each candy sticks will be HP, attack, and defense. So I'm going to be catering to specifically this one, but the increase in the attack and critical hit damage is very, very nice in terms of just pure DPS. So we will take that. Baran and the Remnant of Power will be a thing. Baran's power level is at 8 to 900. Hallelujah! I will be gladly taking that. I was really hoping for him not to hit the 1 million mark, otherwise I would have struggled the hard difficulty. But I have a fair chance of actually now getting it done, so I'm extremely happy about that. Now, the important thing about Baran is that the Remnant of Power will be in the game, and through this is low-key, in my personal opinion, a bit of a game changer, because this changes up a lot of things. This truly does. So, in order to get Baran, you have to do him on easy mode. That's when you initially first unlock him, right? When you do unlock Baran, his support skill is ridiculous. He does good damage, by the way, but he does medium break. Use is available one time. Okay, that's interesting. Or the wait time is 30. Okay, that's fine. That makes sense. So working on Baran will shift the game completely, because if you look at the Remnant tree, you can level up on building up assassin classes to give them increased defense, attack, and HP by 500. Same thing for mage class, same thing for attack classes. Eventually you can get to boosting up Sun Jin Woo, boosting up pretty much everything. This is kind of like a universal buff up for the whole account, which is insane. And then once you hit the first area done, phase 2, you get medium breaker once again, but you do 500% more damage in the Workshop of Brilliant Light. And then when you furthermore build him up, he provides Almighty Break. These monarchs are going to shift the game. This is game changing, boys. And by the way, to get these resources, you have to do Workshop of Brilliant Light. As far as I'm aware, it's provided on hard difficulty. I don't know if you can farm it on normal or easy. I don't think it was shown nor said. So just take note. As far as I'm aware, it's on hard difficulty to get the leveling up materials. But Baran comes in, he does good damage. He doesn't stun, unfortunately, because in the Korean live stream, it was showing that he was paralyzing the enemy, but I think they took it away and made him into a Monarch Breaker, which is crazy. Again, that is going to shift, and that is going to change a lot of the gameplay. Yeah, by having Almighty Break once we get to that position. So that is, yeah, that is ridiculous. I am looking forward to how the Monarchs are going to be playing out. They've also changed up the event. So if you defeat Baran hard difficulty, being 1 to 3,000 players, then obviously you get all of this, and all of this. They've changed it for global, by the way. So if you're 3,001 or 7,000 on completing Baran in hard difficulty, you will get this skin along with the other bits and bobs. So before, it used to be 1 to 3,000, and then 3,000. No, it was rank 1 to 1. Oh wait, they've changed it. Oh my god, I didn't even notice this. My bad, guys. Sorry about that. 1 to 3,000 gets this, and then this skin, by the way, and all of this. Everyone gets this. But if you rank 3,001 to 7,000, you can get this. Oh, they've expanded it. Oh, I wonder why that is. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Usually it's 1 to 1000 and then 1001 to 3000. To be fair, that was very nice of them because that brought a lot of exclusiveness to these skins, but now it's opened up to 7,000 and I feel like a lot of people aren't going to be vibing with that. Also, they've added more to the guild now, so there is a guild, I believe a guild rank that has been added, which just shows you on who within the guild is providing more, rather than it just kind of being a... Because to be fair, I've been lacking and slacking on the guild side of things because realistically we were all doing guild for the sake of just getting the resources and tokens for ourselves, right? There was nothing more to it, so I've been kind of slacking on doing more for the guild when there was realistically nothing to do. But now it kind of shows you on who's kind of doing things for the guild, so the more active you are for your guild, I think the top 5 guilds within your server are going to get shown. I don't know if there's going to be any prizes or whatnot, if that's going to be given out, but yeah, just something more for you to actually do for your guild, so that's something to take note of. And then a few other bits and bobs, which, I mean, we've already gone over. I do want to go over this, by the way. So when it comes to the half anniversary, when we do get the Hunter Select coupon ticket, it can only be wind or dark element, and it is excluding Isla, of course. So we can only pick wind and dark characters from the Hunter Selection ticket that we'll get on the 7th. It says starts on the 14th, but this starts on the 7th actually. This is a mishap. Which meaning, I feel like a lot of people are going to be catering to Amamiya, and I don't blame you. That might be the obvious choice, to be fair, so yeah, we'll see. Weapon to coupon and whatnot. Alright, so that's pretty much the live stream on what I want to kind of talk about. There you go. Spooky Arise is the brand new code. Everything else has been shown beforehand, so I'm sure you guys have used that, but Spooky Arise is the newest code. You get Hunter Alex tier 2 and 250 gold, so not too bad on that one. Okay, so I do want to show you guys this. I've pretty much gone over to I've gone over from the gist of what's being shown, but hold on, let me show you guys this. Look at this. Oh, does this not remind you of Assassin's Creed? This symbol right here. Am I tripping? Is this like a collaboration secretly for Assassin's Creed? Bro, this skin is from the pass, the Hunter's Pass. This looks crazy good. Are you kidding me? Also, there's some adjustments being made. So, Lim is getting a boost from his passive. Deals damage has gone up by an extra 60%. And he's getting an extra 15% on his core attack, Typhoon, and quick attack. Those skills. His A3 is getting an increase of 20% of damage. His A5 you can now stack to 10 times. So every time you get a core attack, you can increase your attack by 4%. You can do that 10 times now. That's fairly solid. And then his weapon is getting a buff up to where after using quick attack Typhoon, it increases their attack by 6% for 30 seconds, which now goes up to 8%. So you're getting an extra 2% on that one. Probably still going to rely on Harper, I'm just being completely honest, but there you go. If you are using Lim, you've got a little bit of a buff. Beast also got a bit of a revamp too. They are really trying their best. I mean, fair play. They are trying to compete with the current new Dark Element team, but yeah, I think with where things are at right now, especially with the release of Isla, Charlotte's going to be catered to a little bit more, having that set team applied with the DPS as well as the Breaker, of course. But yeah, a complete overhaul for Beast, just getting an increase on and practically everything in terms of all of his percentage plays going on, from his passive, A2, A3, A4, A5, and including his weapon. So yeah, I'm probably going to cater to Charlotte, if I'm being completely honest. I'm sorry. Ruin skill adjustments, Sonic Stream is all getting buffed up, which is ridiculous to say, because Sonic Stream is one of the best. Wait, isn't Sonic Stream the newest Ruin? Unless I'm tripping. No, that is, right? Yeah, it is. Oh my god, that is ridiculous. So that's going to be hitting even more harder, which is a massive W. Army of Shadows combat power balance adjustments. The stat growth per level has been adjusted so that the combat power of the Army of Shadows is calculated higher at the lower levels compared to before. So pretty much what they've done is they have overhauled the power balance adjustments, not just for Shadows, but for a lot of things. Meaning when we go into the update, to be honest, I even made a video on it, boys. This update, our power level is gonna go high up. So this is just even more balance adjustment that's happening, not just with the Shadows, as I've mentioned, even with the rare to SR rank weapons, as you guys can see. And the armory in the combat power. Also, this is something that I mentioned that you guys need to cater to. Unfortunately, SSR weapons are not going to be subject to any adjustments, but that's fine. To those that are making good use of predominantly SR rank weapons, this is going to help you out tremendously in terms of getting that combat power up there. So that is a W adjustment from that part. Combat power transfer increase rate for each rank based on the armory enhancement level. So think if you have been putting work into it, the adjustment is kind of cracked if you ask me. I think I've got most of mine at level 5 at the minute. So yeah, this is going to be kind of crazy. The armory transfer rate and the bonus combat power increase rate for SSR rank weapons remains the same as before. No! Wait, is this SR only? Oh, it's still SR. God damn it. Well, if you've got rail SR weapons, yeah, congratulations. You're getting a little bit more out of it. God damn it. Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 gems are all getting adjusted, so they are going up, which is fantastic. Everything. So that is a massive, massive W. Stat increase when upgrading Hunter's balance adjustment. Ooh, Tier 1, Tier 2, all the way to Tier 12. Damn, okay, fair play. So everything is going up. The final stat increase when reaching Tier 12 will remain the same as before. I mean, that kind of makes sense. Since that's not... Okay, yeah, that makes sense on why that's not red or highlighted red. So, yeah. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That is A-okay. Hunters and SR rank or higher weapon advancements, tier 0 to 4 combat power balance adjustments. Once you hit tier 5, it's going to stay the same, but 1 to 4, yeah, okay, so it is getting adjusted quite nicely. So if you're anywhere on that tier mark, then you will be A-okay. Combat power increase rate based on SR to SSR Hunter, Essential and Woo weapons. Yep, it's all going up. Again, if you're on A5, then it stays at 15%. Cool. And then the story, they've already pre-announced this. They are weakening it in terms of level and power level, so that way people can power through it. Same with the side story, as you guys can see, they have nerfed it, so that way you guys can power through it. Battlefield of Chaos, they also nerfed it, so it's more easier for you to do 1 to 12. 13, 14, 15 are the brand new stages for tier 5. And instant dungeons and encore missions, once again, they've decreased it for the most part. It's only the lower stages around here that haven't been touched, but that's fine. Power of destruction difficulty, they said they weren't going to touch this. So the fact that they have nerfed it, that is insane. But it's a W, since a lot of us can now farm out the shop in a higher level rank, so we will gladly take that. So that is all the changes that is happening. So game change, this update low-key is game changing. I'm just going to say that right now. This update is game changing. So, oh boys, there is a lot to look into. There is a lot happening. Let's just take it with open arms and see where it all takes us.